Woo! Nick, your boy Ric Flair style coming in hot. Welcome to another brand new episode of the Tik-Not podcast. As always, you got your two favorite co-hosts and the favorite podcast in all over the world. I'm Eduardo, and of course with me, it ain't right if, the White Rhino's not with me here in the virtual studio, and I definitely got to give props to him on his sweet background. As you can tell, it's a good representation of what the Tik-Not podcast is. All the coolness, all the weirdness, cryptids, UAPs, UFOs, and of course a lovely logo. Shout out to Miguel, Mind and Soul. Created that logo back there with two fingers trying to touch the mic. So yeah, I mean, awesome background, bro. I'm jealous. I was telling him that I was jealous of it, and I didn't want to do the podcast today because I just felt like I have a boring background. I do need to get my green screen up. It's just a matter of I've been thinking about moving my layout, and all that, but we'll get to that when we cross that bridge. But anyhow.
There is no green screen. I'm literally in this.
Oh, dude, you spray that in the back of your wall?
No, this is the dimension I'm living in, bro. I took a bunch of shrooms, and this is what I see.
The dimension.
I just took you into my realm.
Oh, dude, I know. Fuck, I'm tripping out now. I feel like I'm in the, what is it? Not the metaverse, but
Twilight Zone?
the Brettverse. Call it that.
Yeah, the Rhinoverse.
Oh, dude. So let's talk a little bit about that, right? But before we get to that, I like to always start off the proper way. How are you doing today, brother?
Hey, I'm doing as good as any soon-to-be former HOA president.
You're hanging up the fucking what are you hanging up the Oval Office keys?
Yep. I'm giving back any dresses that may have got some fluids on them. The interns can have the dresses back. I am done.
Okay. So you're gonna hang up that hat and just fucking just live life normally, I guess, right? No fucking responsibilities and all that jazz.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know where it's all gonna end up. I don't think anybody else wants to take it over. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. Hey, the show must go on, though, right?
Absolutely. So what about you, my brother? How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It is, recording this on a Saturday, but when this releases, it'll be a Friday. So all in all, pretty good. Nothing to complain about. But something that you brought up in regards to, we're just talking about like the Brettverse and how you're like, we're talking about all that. So we definitely had our first case, and we've talked a little bit about this. We've talked about the metaverse in general, just as a topic, right? So we actually sent you an article, and we'll just touch on this because it's one of those things where we talk about it, and I'll be damned, it fucking happened.
It comes to
there
life.
There was an individual, obviously it was a woman that said that she was, I think it said that she was groped by a group of men in the metaverse, right?
Right. Yeah.
So people
people are taking my ideas.
And it's like, here we go with the BS where, my question is, this is kind of what I want to ask. And I bet a lot of people watching this video and watching this episode or listening to this episode probably asking the same thing. Do you think there's going to be any consequences to people that are doing that type of stuff within the metaverse? You think so?
Yeah, because here's the thing. As much as I joke about it, it's still pretty serious. I mean, women are attacked nonstop by men as it is. We always know that women are all most of the time the victims of any type of sexual abuse, assault, offense, anything. And so here and you go into the computer world, whether it's crypto, whether it's technology, whether it's metaverse, and it's really a male dominated region, and you got to clean that up. I mean, yes, I do hope that there's consequences. You can't, I mean, it's because here's the thing, even though you as a perverted male in this metaverse thinking everything is pretend, you don't know what these women have been through, whether they've been through anything or not. That is still going to leave a lasting impression on a woman. Man, probably not so much. I mean, anybody can grope me all they want in the metaverse. I'm there.
It's all free reign on you, right? You have a big giant arrow pointing towards down you, man, on your little avatar.
Yeah, I only say 3 words. No, don't stop. Oh, you froze again. There you go. There it is. Section 8 internet at its finest. And we're just still waiting for that cheap internet to come back. Come back, Eddie. Come back. Come back. Yeah, now it's awkward. Okay. We're going to go on the phone. We're going to see where we're at. I think I may have lost Eddie. I don't know what happened.
That's weird. We never had that happen.
That has never happened, but literally that was my internet, and I am plugged in. I think I got a little serious with the chat. So I don't know how we're gonna have to edit that, but we're gonna have to clean that up. I don't know.
Don't worry. Hey, that's where the magical fingers come into play, baby. Editing and all that, dude. It'll make it seem like nothing ever happened. So, sorry for you lovely folks watching the YouTube episode of this. We had some technical difficulties. Obviously, Brett has some Section 8 internet himself. So, they're definitely decompressing. They're decompressing our internet speeds.
I think that was my FBI handler intervening.
They're fucking tapping in hard right now.
Way too hot, and they're like, pull the cord, pull the plug.
All I know is we see a SWAT team in the back fucking just taking my boy down. We know shit got real, and the podcast is officially over at this point. We made it to, this would be 91 episodes. That is it, people. Yeah. We didn't even reach 100. It just goes to that, like, when those Air TVs, like the multiple colors, like just comes on, just blank out. Yeah, that's when we know shit got real. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, dude, that's a dose of karma right there. Because I was just joking. I thought you froze again, and so here I am. I go, I'm like, okay, Eddie, fun's over. Section 8 internet is not working
You're all
anymore.
laughing.
And then I look at my internet, and it's fried. I'm like, what happened? What happened?
Happens to the most of us, man. No, it happens to the best of us. I mean, again, we apologize. We had some technical difficulties, but we're back in action. But we were talking about how in the metaverse, there's already some, I guess some groping, just some, I guess, sexual harassment, some heavy sexual harassment, I guess we could say. And we're talking about how are there going to be a real life consequences for people like outside of the metaverse? And I think there will be, man. I think this is going to be an easier case for like stuff like this to crack down, and they're going to push, the law into it where, either way, like virtual reality or not, it's going to be handled the same as if you really did it, because your intentions are pretty much the same, even though, like I say, it's not real, but the intention of doing it. I think that's just my guess. I don't know how this is going to play out. Well, but shit's going to get kind of, pretty interesting from here on out. Dicey. But, it's going to, super dicey. So,
we're going to see how this unfolds more and more on the internet anyway. And so, definitely. I'm with you on that. I think shit's about to get dicey.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
Freaks.
Freak. Oh, I see you're popping your collar too over there, man. Damn, we're taking it back to, what was that, like 2000, 2001? No, a little later than that, like 2006, 2007?
I think it was around 2006. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. I used to, when I was clubbing, I always used to have a pink Ralph Lauren or polo Ralph Lauren shirt. Yeah. It was pink, and I'd pop the collar on that. And
shit, dude, you were flossing heavy, dude, back in those days, huh?
Yeah, still never to this day owned a pair of Air Jordans.
There's always a verse for everything, man. I'm telling you, when you pop off, or when this thing pops off as a whole, dude.
Yeah.
Your Brett's gonna be a whole new breed. I'll tell you that.
Oh, dude, you already know. You already know. Like they're gonna be like, who is this? I'll be like, it's who it's always been.
It's always been.
I just always had to hide behind all these corporate costumes. Bitch.
I want to use one of the quotes from the greats, Lil Wayne. Moving silence like lasagna. That's you right there, man. What's that? Move in silence like lasagna, or is this like that? Move the S.
I don't know.
Something like that. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying, right?
I want to listen to that track right now.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna. Yeah, something like that. I'm like,
I love that.
It took me a while to really kind of fucking like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, oh, the S in lasagna moving silent. Like, I got it. Okay.
I didn't understand until you just said it right there. Because I was like in my head, I'm thinking, does it move silently through the digestive system?
I know, right? No, to me, dude, anything with cheese will fuck me up. I'll tell you right now, bro. Oh my God. I cannot tell you like the many close calls that I've had with anything with cheese. And it was crazy. It's like I've always like drinking a cold glass of milk.
Yeah.
But it'll fuck me up. I just can't have it. Like I think what I can do is like maybe some almond milk or soy milk, but I can't do all that anymore, dude. But
I did
it
switch
is what it is.
for I got rid of real milk, and the thing is like for no reason other than it just made me fat. But I love me some milk, but I didn't go with soy because soy will give you tits. And I already got it set.
Whoa,
so,
I never knew that. Okay,
no, it does. Joe
okay,
Rogan,
no, I mean
Joe Rogan got on a big soy kick a few years ago, and then he started getting tits, and he had to yank that right out of the diet.
Okay.
But I do go with some almond milk. I'll go.
So you brought up Joe Rogan, right? I do want to touch on this because dude, homeboy they're trying to light him up, and
because
it's
he
very
apologized.
Yes. So there's two different things, right? Let's start off with the fact of they're pretty much trying to cancel him because of this spread of misinformation. And I think this goes back to our perhaps previous episode 90. Go check it out. Officer OnlyFans. It's out now. Go check it out. But he was pretty much speaking in regards of COVID, just multiple things, right? Where he had, he was saying all this stuff and people were pretty much saying that, he doesn't know what he's talking about, all this and that. But, people need to kind of pump their brakes for a bit because you have to stop and really analyze the whole situation. For one, the dude's doing his due diligence to figure out the truth and talk to these people in these fields to really get to the bottom of just, whatever it is that he's talking about in that episode or whatever topics. Like he's getting these people that are like professionals in those fields to really get to the bottom of it. So he even said it himself. And what's crazy, it's like the news does it all the fucking time. They lie to you guys. They lie to us.
No. The news only allows one side. That's the problem. Joe Rogan, he had Sanjay Gupta on there, which would be the left-wing CNN dude, CNN voice. And then he just happened to have Dr. Malone and Dr. was it Sta or Stu? I don't know, the other doctor.
I don't remember his name. No.
And so he was providing both sides of the story of the debate, and that's and for people saying he's spreading misinformation, here's the thing. The thing when he's talking about
I
apologize. Sorry, Grandma, if you're watching. Just kidding. She died 2 weeks ago. But
oh my God. You fucking
remember when I didn't go to her funeral?
Oh, dude.
Anyway, so he was talking about his own personal experience. So the cancel culture is basically saying two things. No, you can't talk about your personal experience if it goes away from the left-wing narrative. And two, you can't have people that are, even if they are professionals in their field, talk about anything away from the left-wing narrative. Now, and here's the other thing too, is people call people like Malone and the other guy, and even Joe Rogan now, alt-right. Alt-right used to mean fringe right-wing, right? But the things that Joe Rogan is putting out and the people he's allowing to talk is becoming mainstream. You can't call it alt-right anymore. Maybe at one point in time things were alt-right, but it became mainstream, and that's what they are afraid of, and that's why they're trying to cancel him. And he made a huge mistake by apologizing. He should have laughed it off and said, this, you guys aren't figuring it out. I have had people from both sides talk, but instead he got scared. He's human. And he's got $100 million contract that, Spotify he's probably had some very serious conversations with Spotify corporate.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I get it. I was in the same boat when I was on TLC on the 90 Day Fiance. I had people that were firing at me on Twitter, and I came out double barrels blazing. And I was just letting people know that were from my past that were trying to smear me on, while I was on national TV. Like, no, I'm not playing with that. Well, guess what? I apparently said some things that were little rough that
On this Tupac shit.
that I had TLC West Coast LA corporate call me, say, "Hey, you gotta shut that Twitter down." And so
Woo.
I had to stop. I had to stop. So my Twitter days were, I mean, right as I got on Twitter, I was immediately yanked off by corporate. So I
Damn,
get
I
it.
didn't know that. That's the first time I heard about that. Man, we should have made we should have made that little part a little Patreon clip right there, man. We need to fucking start doing little exclusive shit like that. But that's a freebie for all you people listening to this episode or watching this one. But yeah, it is crazy. So so that's the first thing, right? Where they're talking about who was spreading misinformation and all this stuff. And I honestly, I like what the guy does because he just talks to like everybody and he just wants to hear their perspective from whatever topics it is that he wants to talk about because he's just on the ground running, kind of like delivering as it is, and just a lot of interesting stuff he talks about on his podcast, and that's why I like it because it's just all over the fucking board. But the second thing now, he was let's just say he was saying a word that I don't think a lot of people should be saying or have the free reign to say it, but I guess somebody made the clip of him saying, obviously it's the N word, and things weren't looking to turn out from there. And he had to make another second of a video apologizing and all that. And I haven't really heard or listened to the video just to like really see to really listen to see what he said. But I've been saying, man, he's not having I think this all happened in the realm of like 1 week, right? This all happened on him. Like all this stuff happened this week, I believe,
Well, they're
or the
bringing
past
out
couple weeks.
the cancel culture. They're all doing their homework, and everybody's going.
Dude.
They're scouring through anything. It could happen to me and you if we ever get to the top, right? And then I happen to take a stance that people don't like. They're going to go through all of these old episodes. They're going to look through anything we've ever done, said in the past, and they will use that against us in the future. Say there's something we hold on to today, a belief or whatever, and whether it changes in 10 years, and I don't even know about this. I just read about that, and I didn't even get past the headline because I almost didn't believe it because
it's real.
It's real. So how long ago did he say that? What?
This was in the span of I think the article that I was reading a little bit about it, they said in the span of like 70 episodes have been pulled off Spotify due to just the spread of misinformation. That's the one I read about that, right? But this one was it was in the span of just like episodes that are from fucking years and years ago, so his earlier shit, and somebody literally made a little montage video of him saying the word and they bleeped it out. And dude, that's the thing too. People can fucking misconstrue a bunch of shit and make it seem what it really isn't. And that's the thing people need to take into account. Cause like nowadays people can fucking be quick to edit shit. I mean, this whole deep faking stuff, it's getting real, bro, where they can like literally make it seem like they can deep fake you, make it seem like you're saying something you're really not. It's scary shit like that. You have to fucking take it to the account. And yeah, man, no, it's a crazy, just this whole thing of canceling, so-and-so, this and that, digging up dirt from someone's past, dude. It's getting wild at this point, So I mean, but I mean the dude's sticking to his guns, and I mean he's just saying it how it is. And Spotify, I'm really surprised Spotify hasn't really put like a fucking put their foot on this and just said, nah, we're done, or at least I think the CEO made a statement. I didn't really read about it to see what he said, but I mean they still have him on contract and they're still letting him do his thing, so he's getting paid either way.
He's getting paid either way. And you know what, and I really had a bad feeling about him going to Spotify but when I heard the money, I'm like, of course he's not going to say no.
100 mil.
I was hoping he'd pull a Dave Chappelle, right? But
walk away from it and say fuck it.
Only Dave Chappelle can be Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah.
Rogan will never have that courage to walk away from money, even if it means selling his soul. And I think that I'm sure there's a lot of buyer's remorse on both sides, on Spotify and Rogan, because Rogan now is handcuffed, and he cannot speak as freely as he ever wants, which will do a couple things. It will it'll definitely take away some of his edge, right? That's a thing. That's the reason why so many of us liked him, was because he was willing to say things other than the N-word. I didn't even know he said that. And I'm sure he wasn't using it in the context that they are probably making you believe. I'm sure he was just like maybe repeating something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know the situation. I shouldn't even speak on it. But he took stances on, for instance, COVID, that no one on his level is willing to take. And so, but now that he's being handcuffed, he will no longer be edgy, and it will allow for others who still are willing to say it. So
Yeah.
so this type of stuff, this is a natural process in show business, unfortunately, or for better or worse, doesn't matter. Um, if one person stops, hey, there is a market for this kind of you can call it entertainment, you can call it knowledge, you can whatever you want to call it. Whether you disagree with it or not, people are hungry to hear the other side of the argument. And if Joe Rogan is now handcuffed to the point where he cannot provide that anymore, then someone else is going to come up and fill that void, and the void will get filled. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Even if it's us.
I think the big picture to yeah, I know, right? Take the fucking round. Like, oh shit, dude, we're fucking up here now.
Here we go. Get Malone in here. Not Post Malone. I mean, Post Malone too, though.
Don't get him in here. Yeah, let's talk about him, dude. Oh man, no. But the big picture to me is though, like the one thing that kind of, I guess you would say is worrisome is the fact that like the freedom of speech is being like compressed down to where they're really hounding down on what you can and cannot say. If it doesn't fit so and so's narrative, I mean, just the news, the government. I mean, you name it. The higher power being above us. I mean, if it doesn't fit their narrative, nope. Yep. Take their fucking episodes out. Pull them from YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Nope, can't have it. That's the scary shit. That's like scary. That's like the big picture for me. I mean, that's like. I mean, aside from like Joe Rogan himself, but it's like if they're fucking willing to take his shit down, dude, they're willing to take anybody, you know? So
absolutely.
Hey, it's crazy shit. But you know what? One of the most baller things that Dave Chappelle said in regards to what you were saying, like when we were talking about how he walked away from 100 million.
Yeah.
And he said on his special, it was one of his specials. It sounded pretty girthy. He said in one of his specials saying, he's like, you know, people still kind of think about like when I walked from 100 mil. He's like, yeah, I walked from 100 mil, but I got 200 mil now from this new Netflix.
Right.
It was like, damn, dude, that's some balling shit. 200 from 100 to 200 mil like that. And dude, I mean, shit. It's like you're almost looking at like fuck $100 million. Who the fuck would walk away from that? He did. You know, years later down the road, he got $200 million check.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. Crazy how it fucking works out, bro. But he did it.
That's what it takes to have balls, you know? And there's so many people that are finally refusing. They see that the well is poisoned when you go to Hollywood and when you go to New York, you go to these mainstream outlets. It's like the well is poisoned. You cannot, you're going to sell your soul. You're going to be handcuffed, and you become a puppet to their narrative. And as soon as you sign that dotted line just for a little bit of commas in your paycheck, then you've sold your soul. You're no longer relevant. You're a puppet.
You got to kiss the ring, man. It's pretty much how it is. That's how it is, man. But let's move on this journey that we're on today. So we're gonna talk a little NFT, something I guess crypto related, I guess you could say, or just I guess crypto related, I guess you could say.
Crypto related.
So the topic on this. So this is where we're saying it's getting more traction, and you see a lot of big names jumping on this. So the title of this article: GameStop to launch an NFT marketplace with new partner. GameStop is launching an NFT marketplace later this year in partnership with an Australian blockchain startup called Immutable X. It will also fund up to $100 million worth of Immutable X's IMX tokens to grant creators NFT content and technology, the company announced today. GameStop said creators from gaming studios, Web 3.0, metaverse gaming developers, and elsewhere can request to become a content creator on its marketplace. The company's interest in NFTs was revealed last month by the Wall Street Journal when it hired more than 20 new staff members to run an NFT division. The industry is relatively untested, but GameStop may be pursuing the alternative business venture after struggling in the physical gaming space in recent years. NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are essentially one-of-a-kind pieces of online content that can be bought and sold. Imagine fine art collecting, but digitally. As with Bitcoin, any records or exchanges are kept in online ledgers called blockchains. Voice actor Troy Baker, known for roles in The Last of Us, Uncharted, and more recently ventured into NFTs before quickly withdrawing, thanking fans for their feedback and patience after significant outcry. Ubisoft is also working with NFTs despite a similar reaction, but a company executive commented that, quote, gamers don't get it. EA too expressed positively, but appears to be treading with more caution and has said it's not driving hard in the direction of NFTs.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think this is just more like a move for GameStop to, in hopes to make some money, knowing that they're struggling. I mean, we heard of, I mean, the past couple of years, I go to GameStop every so often just to go check it out and, buy some stuff from there. But dude, it's not what it was before. I mean, dude, there was more GameStops now than there is now. And I feel like they're really, with all the online gaming they're doing now, like with the Xbox doing their membership for, access to all these multiple games for one price of $12 or however much it is. They're putting those type of stores out of business. So they're trying to keep their heads above water at this point. I think this is just one of those moves for them to, hopefully hoping that they can make some money from this. So I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me really that they're jumping on this whole NFT wagon. I'm sure they can come up with some creative ways to make like digital art in regards to tying it with some certain games. But at that point, they're gonna have to, make some kind of deals with all these game developers, which it seems like they are. So, I mean, I think they're make some money, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's like I said, I think it's just one of those, whatever you call it, a struggle move or struggle move to me.
I don't know, man. I think it's one of those adapt or die type moves, and and I think that they're very early in this, and I think this actually might save the company because as we go into the metaverse, these NFTs are going to be more and more in demand. And I think that with them getting in, it just depends on of course the quality of the NFTs, what the collection is and whatnot. But there's a lot of NFTs out there right now. And in my personal opinion, I own a few NFTs myself, but it's for me, it was more of like a kid collecting comic books, right? Like, these are probably never going to be worth anything. But but I do have some ones that could be worth something. I don't know. It just time will tell, right? But the cool thing, I I'll finish this off and then let me go into an NFT story myself.
Okay, let's go ahead. Sure.
But I think that GameStop, I think this is actually a pretty good, brilliant move actually on their part, because it is definitely, they see the future. Someone spelled it out for them. Someone finally sold it and said, listen, if you don't do this, this might be your last chance. So it all just depends on who they can get on to sell their NFTs to or work with their NFTs and all that. But I think also with these NFTs, the thing that will be beneficial and financially lucrative for them is by using them in games. So that's what they're doing a lot with these games on the blockchain. Is they are not only, so the cool thing, you can buy these NFTs, right? And then you can use them in games, and these NFTs in the games will actually earn you money. So you're not
okay. I see what you're saying.
You're basically investing in the NFTs, but then you're putting that NFT to work in these games that are now making you revenue.
I think, okay, so I think the more that you explain it that way, I think that somebody really kind of turned the light bulb on for them, because, it's just like, buying skins and weapons in games. They're going to tie all that in where, I mean, they're already doing it now. Why not just add an NFT in there and just have the people give the people the option to where they can purchase that straight from, I don't know if it's going to be on an app or they're going to embed it within the game when these games releases for certain games, I guess you could say. I think now, that does sound like a smart move for them to do it, so they can earn some extra revenue from that, where it's just not like them selling games or game accessories and all that stuff. But I think the way you explained it, I think it makes more sense, where it'll be a good move on their end. Hopefully, it'll reel in some extra money with just I mean, their stores closing and all that. So, I mean, dude, time will tell.
And it is cool because it brings more and more people to the blockchain. It makes the blockchain more mainstream, and I can that's kind of what I need right now. I need the blockstream to go mainstream, or the blockchain to go mainstream, so I can retire early.
Get the block hot, man.
Yeah. So anyway, so with my story related to NFTs, I was in this chat room one time recently, and there was a young lady out of Venezuela who she started a foundation where she helps all these kids in Venezuela that are poor. She gets medicine, food, clothes, and
Okay.
all that. And actually, I asked her if she would get on the pod, but then she talks through a Google Translator, and
Oh, okay, okay.
she actually speaks no English whatsoever.
Oh yeah, that'll
And
be tough.
and yeah, right. But she did say that I could share some of these things. So as things develop more and whatever, maybe we'll talk more about it. But I just wanted to talk. So she sells NFTs, and what she does when with the NFT money, and mind you, she's 21 years old. 21 years
Okay.
old from Venezuela. Venezuela is, they're dealing
Venezuela.
with U.S. sanctions. They're dealing with all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff right now. The
Yeah, it's bad
government
over there, right?
is
Yeah.
kind of corrupt. But that still doesn't take away from the fact that the people need food.
Mm-hmm.
And so one way that people in the younger generation of Venezuela is combating that is by going to the blockchain, creating NFTs, selling the NFTs, and using that money to feed the children, to
Oh
feed the
shit.
community.
Okay.
So
For a good cause. Okay.
yep, yep. And so I happened to cross paths with her, and she just, I mean, I was sold. You know me. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I hear people are doing good things like that, especially with the kids, right? I just
Yeah, for the kids,
I
man. Yeah, the
struggle with
future, man.
poor, yeah, kids that are going through poverty. I'm just like, man, let's give a chance, and if I can, if I can contribute in any way, so that's what I did essentially. Is um I figured out I actually haven't bought. I should buy one of her NFTs, but I found a more streamlined way of just donating. I just said, "Hey, this is your wallet. Okay, I'm just going to send it to your wallet. There you go." And
Dope,
I've
dope.
donated a couple times. In fact, today I did a little donation before we started the pod,
Nice.
and it's cool
Nice,
because
man.
she shares the pictures about with the families that she gets. And I asked, I said, "Is it how hard is it to convert your tokens, your blockchain tokens, to fiat cash?" She's like, "It's very easy down here. We just, they have the exchanges, and they just exchange it there and turn it into cash and buy all the food and the medicine." And so another thing that she's planning on doing, she has a building, and she's putting this building together, and they're bringing a bunch of computers in, and she's going to start helping the kids of Venezuela learn how to start coding, learn how to get in the
Wow.
blockchain, create NFTs, to become developers, all that. So this young 21-year-old is just killing it, and it's so
Oh, dude, that's
cool that.
awesome, bro. That's very awesome, man. So you just crossed paths with her in a chat room, and she started talking about this, or
Yeah, there was this
okay.
decentralized exchange that started, and I just happened to be on this one when at the very
Mm.
beginning of it, and so she had talked to the developer of this decentralized exchange. She said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing," and
Mm-hmm.
so he was like one of the first ones to donate, and then it got into the chat room, and I'm like, "Well, shoot," I asked, I go, "Is there a any way that any of us can donate?" And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gave her wallet address. Here it is. And every time you donate or whatever, she has all kinds of pictures as soon as, just so you know that you're going. And she's doing it in a smart way too. It's she's taking, like, if she gets more money in donations that she needs, or gets more money from selling NFTs that she needs, she takes the extra money and does this thing where it's called staking,
Mm-hmm.
and so that staking earns you interest. And so she's actually, so whatever she doesn't need, she allows it to grow interest, and then pulls it out when she needs it. So
Dude, that's good. Yeah,
it's just,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm telling you, man,
Dude,
DeFi
it's a
is the
beautiful
answer.
thing, man. No, it's that's I mean that's one of the benefits of doing, with crypto, and you just like one of the things that, this individual is doing for her people, and just knowing
Yeah.
that, they're definitely facing some hard times over there. That's awesome. Yeah, I definitely want to talk to you about that off air and see what if there's any way I can definitely help out with that. I'll definitely, want to donate something. So,
Yeah, baby.
that's awesome. That's awesome, bro. That's very cool. That's it's
Yeah.
almost it's very interesting though, like for people from different countries learning all this on the fly, because I was actually, what's crazy, I was watching a video one time on YouTube talking about like at the times where what was going on in Venezuela with all the people like fighting back against like the soldiers over there, like because of like there was any food, water, or anything like that. that their internet is so, like, I guess they're saying that their internet is so, how would you say, it's not available to anybody, that they're actually running like running wires from different neighborhoods so people can actually get online for a certain amount of time. Like it's kind of like an underground internet type deal.
Wow.
I was like, dude, it's crazy, but they make it work, and they're able to get like on their, be able to contact, keep in contact with their families that don't live in, like outside of Venezuela, different other countries. It's wild. Like they make it work, and I'm sure that they're going around somehow to make this thing pop off. So I mean, dude, they're putting the effort and the work to do that. It's only right, man.
Yep.
We definitely,
Yep.
we could help with whatever we can. So I mean,
And,
kudos for that, man.
in all honesty, I think that the blockchain in general is, and what I'm really hoping for is that the blockchain is what sort of becomes that transfer of wealth and power from the old way of doing things to the new way of doing things. Because I think a lot of the younger generation, they are so sick and tired of hearing their fathers and grandfathers and grandparents and talk about, oh, we have these sanctions, and US, I'm telling you, US is kind of a bully when it comes to sanctions. They'll sanction anybody for any reason, and it's just because we have the power. Well, that blockchain is what takes that power away and distributes wealth and power more evenly. And I think that the US right now is really scrambling to stay on top, but we've already lost our way. I mean, our culture has become decayed, and you talk about these young people in Venezuela and these developing countries, nations, and these guys like India, these guys are starting on programs at a young age, right? Learning how to code and develop software and all that at a young age. And you look at their peers, their American peers, and they just want to be the next TikTok star. And so it's, we are stunted in America, and the rest of the world, they're just like, that ain't it. That ain't it.
So I heard a crazy conspiracy. I guess this falls in line of conspiracy. We like here at the Typical podcast, we like to put our fucking tinfoil hats on. So this is one of those putting imaginary tinfoil hats on. I heard that it was this podcast. I forgot the name, and I'm horrible for getting names. So wherever listened to it, kudos to you, because this is where I got it from. They were saying that China actually made TikTok to do what it is, like what you're saying, right? For the youth to kind of get them, like pretty much get your mind more on this instead of actually developing it to where you can do something that's going to be beneficial for you, like your future, where creating these viral TikTok moments where somebody else is going to follow along with doing this or doing that, creating these trends, just pretty much like as a fucking like a mind sucker to where you can, that's all you're going to do. Like that's all that's really going to be addictive for you. And that's like China is trying to do that to where it was made for that purpose, to kind of throw us off course.
Because when TikTok started, remember it
and
was
to spy on you.
Huh?
And to spy on you. Sorry, forgot about that too. They were
Oh
talking about
definitely. Yeah. Okay, the spying, yes, for sure. Anything that comes out of China is definitely there to spy on you. No, but when TikTok first came out, it was the singers, right? So it would look like a screen like what we look like right here, right? Where I would be singing a karaoke song, and then I would put it out there, and then someone else would say, oh, okay, they would hear me sing, and then say, you see it, and then you want to sing the other part of that duet, and then you would sing it, and then that would be how it is. The people themselves are what turned TikTok into what it is today. So I'm not buying that one.
I don't really remember how I found out about it. I think to me, I discovered it more in regards to like these trends that were happening, like that came from TikTok, but it went into Instagram or on Twitter. Like what the fuck? Like I never even what the fuck? Like at this point, I was like, I'm at the point where I really don't pay attention to where I saw it on such and such or whatever. I'm like, what is this app? I don't even know what it is. And then it came into the media where they were talking about like how they were gonna ban it. They were telling, I think at the time, Trump was saying, hey, if you don't sell it to us or you don't sell that whole thing to us, we're going to ban it. No more in the U.S. That's it. And I think we bought them. I think we bought it, right?
Microsoft, I think, made it. Oh, damn. Didn't they?
I believe. I don't know. I think so.
I think that I don't. As much as I want to blame China, I'm just going to still let China take the Uyghurs. That we'll still give them the credit for that one.
Jesus Christ.
Well, give credit
No,
where
it's
credit is
happening.
due.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
the proof is in the pudding. I mean, the
But
evidence
I
is out
think
there.
what the reason that TikTok is the way it is today is
Mhm.
because so much of America is self-absorbed. I mean, we idolize celebrities, and celebrities are all about them. Kim Kardashian, all these celebrities. It's just, oh, it's all about me, all eyes on me, and so Americans tend to puppet that behavior, and so all these TikTok videos like, oh, look at me, look at what I can do. It's
Mhm.
just our society is so self-absorbed, and everybody wants all eyes on them, and the rest of the world is like, all right, well, I'll make more software that your guys are going to use and
Right.
abuse.
Just feed the beast.
That's fine. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Easily influenced, pretty much, is what you're saying, right? Like they're pretty much easily influenced. That's
yeah,
how I see it
and
too.
just I think we have big ego problem. That's why people can't take an alternative view from their own, is because no, we're all gonna speak in this echo chamber and we're all gonna say the same thing. Oh, you're saying something different, canceled. It's just it's all bloated ego, and I
Yeah.
think that's going to be a downfall of this country, is everybody's so self-entitled, whether it's getting COVID relief money, whether it's not wanting to work so many hours, so many days, whether it's having to pay for internet. You know what I mean? It just,
Like us.
everybody's so self-absorbed, and that's why I like helping people from other countries.
Yeah.
So,
That are doing good things. I mean, shit. I think that's dope that they're doing that. That really surprised me. That not surprised me, but it's really like, damn, doing it for a country, doing it for a people, figuring out a
Yeah.
way to make it happen. It's like by any means necessary. That's the shit that I like to hear. That's the shit that I like to watch for. So I mean, all these little fucking TikTok fucking viral videos, whatever. I mean, it's cool to laugh at it, but it's like, nah, I'm not really gonna try to waste my time on it and fucking really have it suck me in for 2 to 3, 5 hours a day, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
No, Reddit does that to me.
Now, Reddit's cool though. Reddit's cool for certain reasons, for sure. That one conspiracy you told me about. Just to share a little bit quick about it. Yeah, actually, you have it back there. Bigfoot killing. I mean, rest in peace to this individual. With no disrespect. What's the gal's name that obviously?
I don't know, wasn't she a YouTuber?
She was, I believe she was she was a YouTuber, and unfortunately her fiance killed her. That's
Right.
what they're saying.
I
But
don't know
the
her
conspiracy
name.
told me the Gabby Petito.
Gabrielle. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. That conspiracy about how Bigfoot really killed her, all this and that. I'm like, whoa, people like really fucking go down a certain path where it's like, man, I mean, it's almost like a creative story, but it's like, I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they found all the evidence that it led to the homeboy that did it, or I think his name is Brian or something like that. I don't know. Probably
Yeah,
fucking got
that's
that wrong,
as
but-
bad as Alex Jones when he accused
Oh my
the Sandy Hook
Ugh.
families of being crisis actors, and said the whole thing was like, are you serious? Are you
Dude.
serious right now? Like,
That's
do you
above the line. It's
know?
like it's like almost like trying stand up for the first time and you just bomb so fucking bad. It's just quiet. You just don't know how to make an exit. You're just like,
Right.
fucking
It's
just
like
walk off
it's like
slowly.
it's like going to the church, the head of the church, to speak at the podium, and you're telling like off-color jokes.
I know,
You're
right?
telling dirty jokes to the crowd.
Oh
And
my
people are
God.
just like throwing up in the
Oh,
pews. Like, what is
dude.
happening right now?
Oh my word, dude. They're gonna, yeah, no, that's not good. No, yeah, it's that bad. So, yeah, pretty bad. But yeah, Reddit, it'll get you to stuff like that though. That's where it'll suck you in.
I love it though.
Speaking of sucking you in, we're gonna talk a little bit about what's on your, from here, looking straight at you, on your right upper hand, UFOs. So,
There you go.
and we've talked about this too. Not talked about it again. You sent me the article. I read it after the fact. We were actually going to bring this up in our last episode, but we obviously ran out of time, and I feel like it's appropriate to bring it up now. So we're talking about a strange signal is coming from the Milky Way. What's causing it?
Oh yeah.
So on April 28th, 2020, 2 ground-based radio telescopes detected an intense pulse of radio waves. It only lasted a mere millisecond, but for astonished astronomers, it was a major discovery representing the first time a fast radio burst quote FRB had ever been detected so close to Earth, located just 30,000 light years from our planet. That's pretty fucking far, right? 30,000 fucking light years.
Yeah, it would take you 30,000 years
Christ.
at this traveling at the speed of light.
Wow. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not thinking about this right.
That's a
You know, for me,
long way.
I'm a slow guy. You know what I'm saying?
We couldn't walk that far.
Oh no, dude. No, fuck no. Not even an 8 light year. So the event was firmly within the Milky Way, and it was to all intents and purposes almost impossible to miss. The Canadian Hydrogen Intensity Mapping Experiment, CHIME, and the Survey for Transient Astronomical Radio Emission 2, STARE 2, certainly had no problems picking it up. CHIME wasn't even looking at the right direction, and we still saw it loud and clear in our peripheral vision, said Kiyoshi Masui, assistant professor of physics at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. STARE 2 also saw it, and it's only a set of few radio antenna literally made out of cake pans. Okay, weird, cake pans.
Yeah.
Like literally.
I'm hungry now.
All right. Speaking of cake, until the point all FRBs had been observed outside our galaxy, they've been billions of light years away, making them a lot harder to study, said doctoral candidate in physics Pragya Chawala from McGill University in Canada. April 2020's discovery was also notable for being the most energetic radio blast that astronomers have ever recorded in the Milky Way. But what made it most exciting is that the scientists are now closer to determining the origin of the FRBs than at any point since they were first discovered.
Wow.
Okay, so let's throw our fucking thoughts right here. This is where the fucking wheels are spinning at a high speed. So obviously people could say, well, it could be anything. It could be a fucking asteroid. It could be, but firstly for me, alien, UFO. We know it, you know. But this is not the first time we've heard about something like sending us a signal. I could have sworn that they were saying that by the moon that we've heard like certain signal waves being picked up and like something was trying to send a signal. I've heard about that on podcasts, especially like the ones that go deep into UFOs and all that, you know, because I'm that type of guy that likes to like really fucking go balls deep into this. But with this, they're saying it's from the Milky Way, and they're saying they're going to be quick to really discover what's the origin of this signal. I mean, at this point, it's kind of one of those things. Well, what could be out there that's really kind of like, you know, sending just in general a signal to us, and we're being able to pick it up. I want to hear it. I wonder if they have an audio somewhere where we can find it and actually put it on the podcast on the Instagram page and see if we can fucking play it and see what
probably says something like this: "Don't look up."
Right.
We sent an asteroid to that house.
Say we're coming like some gangsta shit, dude, where they say something like that. Whoa.
Yeah. It's the Snoop DOGLBC.
That wouldn't be some shit if they were like fans of like rap and just like they were fucking sending like snippets of like old school like fucking like some Tupac or some old school West Side Connection, you know what I'm saying? Like, man. Whoa. Is that some West Side Connection we hear back there? It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god! Easy.
I don't know, man.
It's easy.
No, but it's, dude. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I will not be surprised if they're going to be able to say, yeah, we've had in contact with something, but we don't know what it is, and we're investigating as we speak. And it's going to come from the Pentagon. And at this point, it's just really going to stir the pot a little bit more with in regards to UAPs and UFOs all in general. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. That's my guess. That's what I'm going to say. Just with the more and more we keep hearing about all this stuff, it's kind of like putting everything together and just kind of like thinking to ourselves, well, what else could it be? I mean, at this point, I mean, the galaxy is a vast unknown place that we have no fucking clue what's out there. And it's almost like mind-boggling to me. We're talking about like 30,000 light years away. Now that you put it into perspective where it's 30,000 years to get there. It's like, dude, 30 fucking thousand years
at the speed of light,
dude. Yeah, and to me, it's like in my mind, it can't even fucking register to think like 30 fucking thousand years to get to that certain point. Mm-hmm. Like that's not the dead end either. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna fucking go further and further and further. It's like, where's the end of it? That's the shit that, like, honestly, there's times where I'm like falling asleep and I go on these little searches on like just like watching videos of like space and just like the moon landings and stuff like that, and I close my eyes and I think to myself, like, where does it all end? Like, where does this all go? And out of all the planets in the galaxy, you can't tell me, like, we're sitting in this one little planet, right?
Yeah.
And you're telling me, you're trying to convince me at this point that we're the only living things in this whole entire galaxy. Adding the fact that
Are there
that
people
signal's
that think
coming.
that? Are there?
I mean,
There has to be. I mean,
I don't get that. I just don't. Now that I think of, like, the more and more I read about, like, just this, like this in particular, right? This article.
yeah.
I just can't seem to fucking accept that. I can't. No, call me crazy. I don't care. But I will not believe that we're the only fucking living things on this entire galaxy.
Wait. Okay.
There's
Here's
no
a
way.
trip. Here's a mind trip.
What if fuck with me? Yeah.
What if I'm a scientist, right? Brett Otto, the scientist. I'm at Cambridge, wherever, and I get the signal, right? So then I send a signal back, and then all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel feelings for this person that's 30,000 light years away.
Okay.
And then, so all of a sudden, I'm falling in love with someone I can never be with.
Dude, that's like one of the most fucking heartbreaking stories I've ever heard, dude. Honestly, it's like you're never gonna know. You're never gonna be physically be able to, like, hold their hand.
Right.
You're never gonna fucking hear or maybe their voice. I mean, if they're sending signals, I'm sure that you'll be able to hear their voice.
Never get to pet their scaly skin.
You won't ever be able to, like, see them face to face. You won't ever be able to make memories. You won't be able to, like, fuck. I mean, literally, yeah, fuck.
Baby,
but I mean,
won't be able to have baby lizard people.
I know it's a trip, man. I mean, that's actually set up for a good fucking movie right there. Like, I'm sure there is a movie like that where, like, they can't see each other, they can't, like, be with each other physically, but they can send, like, these Morse code fucking messages. I don't know.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would think so, but if not, there's a freebie right there. See, we're
I'd
giving you
just be like
fucking
this. I'd be like,
ideas.
"Hey, baby girl, get on my Snapchat."
Like,
send that, and I'd send that thing 30,000 light years away.
You gotta wait. Damn. Yeah. And that's actually a good question. So how long does it take? So to get to that to get to that actual location, 30,000 light years, but that message, it took that long to send it, or
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Shit.
Yeah, because we're basically seeing something from 30,000 light years in the past. Like, that happened 30,000 light years in the past.
Dude.
I don't know.
I see that's the shit that fucking gets me. That's the shit that I like to think about, because all this other fucking bullshit with fucking what we're talking about, like fucking TikTok and all this bullshit. Like, I want to worry about the fucking, like, what's out there,
Yeah.
Like this whole, like, just a quick one. I'm gonna throw a quick topic at you. So there's actually a 3D printing company based out of California that are making actual rockets that they're making within the span of 60 days, but they're going to narrow it down to 30 days, and they're going to actually be able to launch these motherfuckers to Mars.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're trying. And the guy was saying pretty much, like, the CEO of that company was saying, yeah, the plan is to colonize Mars.
Dude.
I mean, him and Elon Musk. I'm sure Elon Musk is under his fucking radar, and, like, oh, you know what, you want to do that? Jump over to Tesla and make those bad boys for me, and slap a fucking Tesla sticker on that bitch,
Yeah, right. That is wild. So,
I'm serious.
So the rockets, are they meant to carry passengers or just supplies, or what?
I don't know. He was just showing a video, right? It was him talking, and there was, like, a fucking big ass 3D printer making this fucking thing, like, right there. I'm like, holy shit! And I'm telling you, dude, these things, I know, right? That's the thing. Like, well, I don't think you're gonna get fucking actual humans on that thing before you gotta test it multiple times, because I mean, 3D printer, depending on the material. I mean, I'm just saying, in general, 3D printers, like, depending on which ones you get, you can make some pretty good shit. I mean, I'm gonna throw. We talked about this before. I don't think on the podcast, but you can actually make what they call. I mean, might not be legal, but I'm sure people doing it. These ghost guns. Like, legitimate fucking ghost guns, where these things it's practically a fucking gun.
Yeah, and the
you
funny
get all
thing
the parts
about
and shit.
that, states are starting to outlaw
Crack down on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're just like saying, no, you got to have some sort of, tracking. But still, I still don't. But what's still legal, though, aside from ghost guns, you can still get an 80% lower, that with no serial number or anything, and then where you have to mill out the parts to where you could literally have an unregistered AR. And you just got to put a little bit of work into it, a little bit of milling, but everybody has a miller friend, don't they?
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean us freedom lovers do. I I got about 3 or 4 milling friends.
Oh, dude, I know that when there's a will, there's a way, dude. I'm sure you're gonna
That's
find,
what I'm
a
saying.
fucking solution to that. So no, man, it's crazy. No, that's what I'm saying. Like with all that, I mean, this whole fucking, I guess you can say, I mean, this whole just idea or this whole want of getting out of here, like, finding a different, another planet like Earth. That's what they talk about. I mean, Elon Musk was saying himself, I think, didn't he say something crazy not too long ago that they were saying that that it wouldn't be possible because there's actually a huge population problem on Earth where there wouldn't be enough people by then? That's what he was saying.
By when?
Like by the time when they get to the point where they can actually start sending people up to Mars or to
there
wherever.
Won't be enough people on Earth?
That's what he was saying.
No, well,
that's what he was saying. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how. Like, make it make sense to me. I don't get it.
We've only gone up every year, and it grows exponentially. It's the only place where you see population decreases is in the most developed countries like Canada, US, UK, Japan, and China, where these families are like, hey, listen, I'm just gonna have one kid and I am done. No, I'm not doing no like the in Venezuela, to bring them up, in the Philippines, there's families having like 7 kids. There's women, moms having 7 kids. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, you're gonna ruin the equipment. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That's definitely gonna be a clip. Oh shit. No, but you're right. No, by all means, yes, big families. I mean, especially like in the Hispanic culture too, like in Hispanic families in general. Like you have a lot of families, so, or big families in general. So yeah, man. I don't know what he meant by that. I have to actually look at it more now in detail to see what he meant by that. But yeah, Elon Musk, man, he's trying to make it happen. I mean, that's one of his goals that he said he wants to, send people to colonize fucking Mars and start fucking building bases out there. I don't know for what.
I still don't understand why they're developing all this technology to get us off of Earth. And I get it. Like, what if it really was a situation where only so few people, only a few people are going to be able to launch on these rockets.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be the best and the brightest, the non-TikTokers, if you will. And, but when you and I are on these rockets getting out of Earth, we're going to have to leave everybody behind. Are you going to be able to deal with that?
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't know. If I'm just saying, this is a huge if it happened in our lifetime. I don't know, man. I don't like flying for one, especially two, going out to the fucking unknown and then being on a whole different fucking planet. I don't know, dude. It's one of those things where, it's like that homegirl where they say, hey, you're going to go to space, but there's not a guarantee you're coming back or you're not going to be alive to make it there. So it's like, do I want to risk it for the biscuit or rather just chill down here on Earth, where it's like, all right, we'll see what we can do down here. But it's either way, it's like a risk, you know what I'm saying?
I guess to finish that point is, we're developing all this technology to get us off of Earth, and yet we still haven't figured out how to clean up the Earth that we have. Like, how do we get the lead out of the water? How do we get the pollution out of the oceans? Yeah. How do we stop deforestation? How do we save the rainforest? Nobody is figuring this stuff out.
That's true.
They're all just like, oh, I don't know. I guess when this place goes to shit, we'll just launch a rocket where only, 400 people will make it. And we just are relying on 400 people to repopulate Mars. Well, dude, that's gonna Earth be a huge just turned into a wasteland. Good. I hope they die in their rocket. Should have spent the time and the money and the effort on Earth.
Wouldn't there be some wild shit too? Like, let's say that those people left and then we figure out a way to save the planet here or make it better to where like we're going to make it last longer or whatever, something like that. Right. And they don't make it. They don't even make it.
Yeah. They died at liftoff.
Jesus Christ. That's fucked up. Dark humor. But hey, that's just what we on the Tik-Not podcast. I'm sorry. Guilty. All right. We like to, make light of the bad, you know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is.
Well, we're just, talking about, the selfish people. It's like the people that went up on the rocket on Don't Look Up. It was like the shittiest president ever. It was like the most.
She gets killed by that freaking monster thing, whatever the fuck.
That dinosaur looking thing. It was awesome.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Oh man. But yeah, man. I mean, yeah, fuck. We definitely went everywhere today. I think we went fucking.
We did.
So
we
that's good though. That's good.
ADD.
That's what makes this just one of the best episodes, I guess you could say, or one of the a good episode in general. That's how I like to have things roll out, because it's like when you freestyle it, certain things go a certain way, and you just it makes for good content. I would like to think it makes for good content, and hopefully everybody that listens to this enjoys it or watches enjoys it as well. But I mean, with that said, I mean, brother, you got anything else that you want to talk about? I mean, I think we're hitting the fucking the 1 hour mark here, or the mark
somewhere in there, minus the edit fuck up.
Oh yeah, no, the fucking our Section 8 internet. And we apologize. We're actually stealing somebody's our neighbor's internet, so that's why I think we were peaking their fucking throttle, and I think they yanked that fucking Wi-Fi. No, right? That they said no, they ain't fucking stealing our internet, so
Not
they put a pause. But all right. Well, with that being said, I'll close out before we fuck up and we get fucking unplugged, right?
Yeah.
Go check out all our previous content on all streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn FM Radio, all that jazz. But to make it easy, go check us out on Instagram at the Tik-Not Podcast, where there will be a link provided in the bio that will take you everywhere where we're available. So it'll make it easy for you. But till then, have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. We love you. Take care. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.